Yo, what's good? It's your boy Articulated Ninja here, and I know, this was requested a lot. To see My Hero Academia collection, I got a lot of messages on Instagram and I got a lot of messages and comments on YouTube. But things happen, life happens, especially in 2020. So I'm finally getting some free time and I just want to get it done because I know that you guys might have questions, and I love when I have questions and people answer my questions so I can do it for myself. So that's exactly what I'm going to be describing here, is what I got and from where and what other lines that I kit bash, so you can get those small little figures and mix them in and kit bash for yourself. And for the most part, all I used was a Dremel, a heater, and an X-Acto knife. Those are probably my 3 most used things when it comes to kit bashing. I have sculpted before, I have done heavy paint jobs before, I have sealed, coated, did all these things to make one action figure, but it's just so much work. So I am all about the kit bashing and the shortcuts, especially knowing companies down the line will make these action figures. So all we have to do is be patient as collectors, and these action figures will definitely come in time. But for the time being, I like to kit bash figures where I can, as long as it's not crazy expensive. Anything from $20 to $30 to $40, nothing crazy. And I try to pick up what I can get on sale when I can get it on sale. Statues specifically, because I don't like statues. I don't like things in static poses that I can't move and bring to life myself in my mind. So I will pick up statues, and I will pick up things when they fall on sale at GameStop, Amazon, Target, eBay, anywhere I could snatch up a cheap statue, as long as it looks like the heads, the hands, and it's all in scale with a 6 to 7 inch action figure. I will snatch up that statue and I will quickly break the head off of that statue, or rip the head off of that damn statue, and add it to my figures. And that's majority of what I did here with this collection. I took a lot of heads from a lot of other lines, mainly 3 lines in specific though, to be honest. Banpresto Age of Heroes statue, Loyal Subjects, the little mini figures that they make, and the World Collectibles figures. Those are some of my 3 go-to lines as far as swapping parts with, is those 3 lines. And that's basically every figure you've seen here is swapped with those 3 lines. Maybe some Marvel Legends here, and the stain is definitely a Ninja Gaiden body from NECA. I believe it was NECA. Don't quote me on that. It was either NECA or someone else, but stain was a Ninja Gaiden body. And everybody else, for the most part, kept McFarlane's main body, because I feel like the body is good. Sometimes it's just a little too tall, and most of the time the head sculpts suck. But other than that, the bodies are pretty good. So just kit bashing, and let's get into My Hero Academia action figure showcase. First, obviously, we gotta have the boy Small Might, the man himself. So this is a pretty simple custom. I'm using a Marvel Legends Professor X Xavier body, but you can use any Marvel Legends suited body for this. And then also, I believe we have, it's called the Loyal Subjects. They look like little 3-inch figures with little bobbleheads. Buy that figure, you could just literally pop the head right off of that figure. Throw it on a Marvel Legends body. And as you can see, I have some blue tacky tape in there. Blue sticky tape or whatever, blue tack. And it literally just pops right on and off to the body. I like this guy. The detail on him is pretty good too. And it's literally like a maybe $10 little figure where I'm at. You can find them in GameStop, Target. I'm not sure about Walmart, but I know GameStop and Target definitely have the Loyal Subjects figures. And remember, these are my figures. I wanted All Might to be much smaller when he is in his Small Might form. Maybe some people be like, oh, he's a little bit too small, he's still much taller than Deco. I don't really care. I wanted it to be the way I'm okay with it being, and I liked him being much smaller here. He's just a little bit taller than Deco, which is totally fine for me. And I like it a lot because the Marvel Legends body, obviously any Marvel Legends, has a really good range of articulation, so I could get him into quite a lot of poses, and he's still much smaller than the McFarlane All Might. So to me, I like that a lot. I like the scale and the size of this power up. I think it's pretty realistic to me. And this is the McFarlane My Hero Academia All Might, but the head is from, I believe, a Banpresto statue. I did it so long ago I can't even remember in my mind exactly what it is, but if I can remember, you'll see it up on the screen somewhere. I will throw it up so you see an actual picture of it. But this is the McFarlane All Might with a head swap. Now the head swap was pretty simple. Small Might out. The head swap was pretty simple because I did not like the head that came on the original McFarlane All Might. I thought the head was horrible. It was literally like the size of an apple. But this head swap, this head I liked a lot, but it came on a statue, and I really liked the size of it on this McFarlane figure because it is a 7-inch or bigger plus size figure. So I like it a lot. I think it came out good. There we have my Small Might and my All Might Kit Bash. Here we got Bakugo with the McFarlane body, and I believe the head is from a World Collectibles figurine My Hero Academia Bakugo. They look like, oh, here we go. Oh, this is literally it right here on the side. That head originally came on that body, and it's nothing but a little bobblehead. That's all there really is to it. I ripped the head off of the little body and dremeled it down onto this body. I also have the McFarlane head here, but I never liked those big wing looking things on his hair, so I just cut those off too. Like I said, this is my collection, so I'm doing what I like to do with it. There are some people I've seen, they even painted these silver because they're supposed to be silver underneath his gauntlets. I didn't want to go that hard. I was satisfied with just this. I like having a masked Bakugo and unmasked Bakugo head, and I was good, completely good with how it is here. But yeah, I really like this Bakugo. It was super simple. The arm gauntlets, I literally went straight down with an X-Acto knife. Can't find my X-Acto knife right now, but I literally took the knife and cut straight along, and it was super easy because it was heated up. It was hot, so whenever this plastic is hot, it's super easy to cut through and manipulate. And once it heats back up though, it's pretty hard, but I can still put these gauntlets back on him because of the way that I made the cut, and it's still a hole and everything. So I literally just take his hand off and slide the gauntlet right back on. I don't know why we wasn't given options like this in the first place, but hey, $20 figure, and you can't really tell. Slide the gauntlet right back on him, and I don't mind that line being there going down the middle. I'm completely okay with that, but the gauntlet fits right back on him. I like my Bakugo a lot, different heads, and he still has the explosion hands that the figure originally came with. See, and I can literally pop the other head back on. This head I literally just dremeled out. So for me, the Dremel is literally my best friend. I wouldn't be able to do a lot without the Dremel. Basic Dremel, nothing too crazy, just a nice little head swap. So yeah, that's my Bakugo. Super simple, super easy. Head swap from World Collectible little mini bobblehead figure. So I'm not gonna waste a lot of time talking about the next few figures because I didn't change anything on them. I was satisfied with them exactly the way that they came, which is kind of rare, but it's expected. Like I said, McFarlane is okay. They do an okay job. But Red Riot, aka Kirishima, Uraraka, and Shigaraki, I felt like those figures were really good, so I didn't want to invest a lot of time into customizing or kit bashing them. But these figures are also in my collection. I just didn't happen to change anything up with these guys yet. Yeah, and this is my Deku, just a standard McFarlane Deku. The head did come from, once again, another statue that I heated up and I dremeled off. I believe it was the Age of Heroes. I'm pretty sure Band Presto did that one too. But the Age of Heroes statue of Deku. I took the head and I took the feet off of that statue because I didn't like the head on the McFarlane. I didn't like the feet that was on it, so I just replaced it. And I still maintained the articulation in the feet because on a McFarlane it was 2 pegs, so I just dremeled down into the boot and those pegs still went into the boot, so you still have the articulation of up and down and side to side. His mask part though, this neck plate came from the Figma Deku, and I didn't pay for the real Figma Deku. I'm pretty sure I got a bootleg, but the neck peg came in handy for that because the one that was on the McFarlane one was a little bit way too big. I didn't like the way it was shaped or whatever. But anyways, mainly just the head and boots from that Age of Heroes. The Age of Heroes scales really well with McFarlane as far as scale and stuff like that. If you're going to be swapping parts between them and kit bashing, the Age of Heroes line is a pretty good line to kit bash with. And this is my custom stay in action figure. Even though I do customize, I'm not big into customizing. I'm not really at a point where I'm sitting here trying to sculpt and airbrush and paint and do all this extra work. Just a simple figure for the most part I'm cool with. As long as there's decent articulation and it fits the scheme of the character, I'm good. So this was my stain. It was just a head swab, once again, off of a little action figure, the Loyal Subjects. They released a stain action figure from the My Hero Academia line. So this head came from that little figure. I'll throw it up somewhere on the screen as usual. This head came from that figure. I popped it off, threw it on, I believe, his old figure, but I believe this is the NECA. Was it NECA? I think it was NECA that did Ninja Gaiden, based off it's a video game franchise. They did a Ninja Gaiden figure, and I just had the figure for a long time. I liked him, great figure, but I like Stain more. So I felt like his body was perfect for a Stain action figure, so I popped the head onto that Ninja Gaiden action figure, and it worked out pretty cool. Had a wire bendy scarf from a seller on eBay called GPS Slot. Most people in the toy community know of him already. Do a random sword with him, and yeah, so this is the Stain action figure. I think he's pretty cool. Just a little quick head swap, not much work. If I'm doing a kit bash, it's literally what a kit bash is, when you take parts and you just mix them together. I really don't want to go through the trouble of painting, though I could. I don't want to do all that. For now, it's a good stand-in, and it's good that I didn't waste a lot of time on this figure, because of course McFarlane released promotional pictures of their new Stain coming out soon, and it's cool because their Stain's head was nothing like this Stain's head, so I'll be able to pop the head off this and have a swappable head now for the McFarlane Stain when it finally comes out. That'll be my definitive Stain, but for now this guy is a really good placeholder. And here's my McFarlane Todoroki action figure, and this figure, he's my favorite character in the show, so I was pretty happy with the job that McFarlane did on him, except I felt like he was way too tall. He was basically the same height as All Might, which was ridiculous. Just McFarlane is such a love-hate relationship, because some things he does really good and other things are just straight trash, not on point, doesn't make sense, completely off of the original, the concept. So here is the original. It might not seem like much of a height difference, but it is. It does make a huge difference. And then, not to mention, if you watch my review on the original Todoroki, the McFarlane one, they literally gave him a red eye, like he got the Sharingan or something, and he doesn't. So I just wasn't happy. I do like the hair. I do like it's a good figure. I just felt like it was a little too tall, and I didn't like that they painted his eye red. So once again, I did a head swap with the, I believe it's another Age of Heroes Banpresto statue, and it was a Todoroki, and I don't think the heads can be compared. So I like it a lot. And then I also cut his right above his knee articulation. I did a nice cut in there just to make him a little bit shorter, because he's still taller than Deku, and he's still taller than Bakugo, so that's good. And this is the, just height wise, because I know Bakugo is supposed to be a little bit taller than Deku. I feel like I like all three of their heights a lot. This is supposed to be the big three. Todoroki's the tallest, Deku's the smallest, Bakugo's right in the middle, at least to my knowledge, from what I remember, and I'm happy with it like that. But I like this Todoroki. I felt like this Todoroki literally just towers over Deku and the rest of them. This is crazy. This is literally just like an adult. He looks like a teacher. So I like this Todoroki the way they came out. Just cut him at the knees, made him a little bit shorter, and just a simple head swap. And I did give him some different types of hands. Here we go. Yeah, so I don't I'll never understand how you can make a Todoroki action figure without giving him open hands. I mean, the kid uses open hands for almost every attack he does, but you guys gave him closed fists, like he's gonna be punching a lot, and he's clearly not Deku. So I gave him some open hands from a Dragon Ball Z figure. I believe this was a Goku figure, and I just dremelled into the hands, and I gave him some open hands from that. The complexions aren't perfect, but they match up well enough for me, so I'm pretty happy with it. I like this Todoroki, my little ultimate Todoroki figure. And here we have my boy Tokoyami. I didn't want his arms to be sleeveless, and I really liked on the articulated icons. They did a great job at sculpting out the wraps on their figures, like boot portion, like the shin portion. So I thought that would be great for Tokoyami. He has a modern, sleek, like ninja-esque type of design. I do have some open hands for him as well when he uses dark shadow. I don't have a custom dark shadow at the moment. I did use somewhere up on the screen, I did use the World Collectibles Tokoyami, popped the head off, dremeled it out as usual. Heating up figures and using a Dremel is everything. I don't know what I would do without a Dremel and without something to heat the figures up. But he's looking to the side. So you see, this angle he's looking straight forward. This angle he is looking back or to the side. Now I could easily just paint over that white and match the red with the other eye, but I'm cool with them. I like that there's two different angles depending on how I want to pose him. And I like the articulation that he has. Obviously, since it's on an articulated icon's body, the articulation is good. I like him. And the cape, once again, came from an eBay seller. But nonetheless, it's a pretty simple figure. But for now, it's a great stand-in for me until McFarlane or someone does finally make a Tokoyami. Because I'm pretty sure he has to be at least within the top 10 most popular characters, or the top 20 most, definitely the top 20, but he should be within the top 10 most popular characters in My Hero Academia. So eventually someone's going to make a figure of him, and when they do, I'll be ready, because if I don't like McFarlane's head sculpts, as they've just been messed up, I can just always replace the head sculpt and keep the body. But this is my Tokoyami, and here is my custom Aizawa action figure. I like this guy a lot. Unfortunately, I didn't have a base body for him because McFarlane or any company has not gotten around to actually giving us an Aizawa action figure. So I use the Todoroki body, and look at how tall he is. Crazy. I used the Todoroki body and I painted it all black. I know that Aizawa's boots are not supposed to be gray, but I didn't want to go through the trouble of painting them black and then having to deal with some paint chipping and stuff like that. So I didn't do it. I left them gray, and I like it because it matches his scarf that he uses. I like his height a lot. Look at this height difference. This looks like how it's supposed to be. Aizawa and Deku standing side by side. This looks like a really good height difference. So, and to think that's how big they made Todoroki. Yeah, that's ridiculous. So I like this a lot. And then here he is with another fellow colleague at the school. Oh my, yeah, there's no way that Todoroki, look at the size of this kid. There's no way that Todoroki is supposed to be this big compared to All Might. The scaling is just horrible. But you work with what you got, and that's exactly what I did. So I painted him up black, and I took the head off of, once again, you can guess what I'm about to say. It was an Age of Heroes Eraserhead, Aizawa, whatever you want to call him, Eraserhead Aizawa statue. And though the head is I feel like it's a tiny bit big, it still works for what I needed to work with. And with the scarf wrapped around his head, you can't really tell. You can't see all the way down to his jaw, so you can't tell that it's a tiny bit too big. But I like that head sculpt a lot. And as usual, guess what I did? I heated up the statue and popped it off, and I dremeled down. I dremeled out into the statue. Made just a nice little whole circle. This way I could just pop his head right back on and off when I need to. But this head goes really nice on the body. And for his relaxed head, once again, another Dremel out. Of course, it was our World Collectible figure, Aizawa. And though this head I feel like is a little small, but it's okay. Let's get it back on. Yeah, this head is a little small for this body. But with the wraps on him, it's okay. You can't tell anyway. There we go. So yeah, I like this Aizawa action figure a lot. I cannot wait. I know that there's gonna be... Oh, I guess I did it backwards. The wraps also came from the same statue. So if you pick up the statue, these wraps come loose. You don't have to heat them up. You don't have to do any of that stuff. So I really like this Aizawa a lot. And I like the scale that he is compared to All Might. And let's check out his scale with Teacher All Might. Yeah, I like this because I feel like All Might is supposed to be small when he's in his small might form. I like this. Teachers and students. For now. I can't wait for someone to make an actual Eraserhead action figure. This way I'll have a really good body to use. And I already have both head sculpts in case I don't like the head sculpt that comes on the figure. McFarlane. But I like this a lot. Once again, World Collectible figure as usual. Little minifigure popped off the head. And this head came from a Age of Heroes Eraserhead statue. And last but definitely not least, we have my boy Endeavor. Father to my favorite character, Todoroki. I like Endeavor a lot. I wanted something simple. I used the Marvel Legends Apocalypse Build-A-Figure. I had the Build-A-Figure complete, except for the head. I didn't have the head. So the body was just kind of sitting there. And this was before they made their most recent Apocalypse Marvel Legends action figure that's popping up at Targets now. So I felt like, fuck it, I'm never going to get the head. I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for the head or get the figure that has the head. So I just customized the base body to be an Endeavor action figure. And the head, once again, it's always one of three. An Age of Heroes statue, a World Collectible figurine, or a Loyal Subjects small mini bobblehead figure. That's where the head came from. Was a Loyal Subjects, somewhere on the screen it'll be popping up, a Loyal Subjects action figure. It's tiny, it's about 2 inches, whatever. But the head, like I said, fits in great. Scale is great for 6 to 7 inch action figures. And yeah, I like this Endeavor a lot. The body, like I said, Marvel Legends Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, and these effects came from a Tamashii Nation's fire effects. I ripped them all off, or I cut them all off slowly, and I crazy glued them to parts where I would like for them to be here. I can't wait for them to make an Endeavor action figure, but for now, this guy looks great on the shelf for me. I'm okay with it. I should paint over this A because this is not Apocalypse, this is Endeavor. But it's okay. I was like, I already did enough work. I kind of got tired and burnt out after I painted his gauntlets and his shoulder pads. And I'm okay with his hands, even though in the show he wears black gloves, but they actually show his fingertips. I'm okay with exactly how it is here. Not a big deal to me. I did pick up the most recent Apocalypse action figure, so I'm not stressing too much about using this Build-A-Figure body because I have the other Apocalypse one, and I kind of picked it up just because I wanted to check to see if it would work on him. And it does. It's just a little too bright and cartoony, and there's red parts where I feel like they shouldn't be red. I like them blue. I like the silver. I just like the silver and blue on him. So that's exactly what I went with. Also, I know he's completely out of scale with All Might. They're about the same size. So when All Might is powered up, All Might's actually a few centimeters or whatever bigger than Endeavor. Yes, that's nice for the show. But I feel like in my heart, Endeavor should have always been bigger than All Might. And that's another thing that plays on his ego as far as I'm bigger than him, but I still am not stronger than him. I can't catch up to him. I thought that that would have been great for Endeavor. I like the look of All Might having to look up at Endeavor and Endeavor looking down at All Might physically, but he has to look up to him mentally. I love the idea of Endeavor being a little bit bigger than All Might. He's just a big brute, force and fire coming straight at you. I love Endeavor being bigger. Not to mention, I love how well this size Endeavor fits in with the kids. So once everybody's all scaled up properly, this is a good size difference to me between Endeavor and his son. Yeah, between Endeavor and his son Todoroki. There we go. I like this size difference a lot. I like the scale that I have him at because he just fits in with everybody here, and I like that he's the biggest, currently the #1 hero. Who knows how long that'll last for. Don't want to give any anime spoilers or manga spoilers, sorry, but currently the #1 hero. I hope that it lasts a while, but things are looking pretty grim right now for him. That is my Endeavor action figure. All of these action figures are pretty poseable, man. Whether they're on a Marvel Legends body or a McFarlane body, or they're pretty poseable. The only thing I wish McFarlane would do is add some damn thigh swivels. It's like thigh swivels just don't exist to him. It's one of the most simple articulation points to put on. It's literally just a slice and a divot between the joints. Like it's so simple. But nope. A double hinge knee or a double hinge elbow is more difficult than a thigh swivel, and none of these figures have thigh swivels for some reason. But whatever, I kit bash anyway. If I don't like a figure, then when I pick it up, I'm not gonna stand for wasting my money. I'm gonna look at the figure and be like, damn, but what's here for me to work with? And I worked with all of the McFarlane action figures. I don't feel like they're horrible figures. Some of them I feel like are a really good job, like Kirishima here, Red Riot. Yeah, I feel like they did a great job on Kirishima. His height, everything, I have no complaints about anything on him. Besides, he doesn't have a damn thigh swivel. Oh, we got a little movement in there. But overall, I think they did a great job on Kirishima. I even like his head sculpt. He was the first one that head sculpt I didn't have an issue with. I'm not a fan of Ochako's head sculpt. The big bubble helmet. And her without the helmet, the head sculpt doesn't look that much better either, but it's not horrible. So, majority of McFarlane figures, I just changed the head on them, and I found myself feeling like I have a really great stand-in, almost perfect action figure until somebody does make a perfect action figure. I'm supposed to be getting the Deku Yamaguchi figure, and I cannot wait to review that because I'm so interested to see where that line goes. Hopefully there won't be a lot of problems with that line. But yeah, I really like my McFarlane action figures. I feel like they're all great. I can't wait to add more. I can't wait for the second wave to hit. Ida is supposed to be in the next wave, I believe, with Bakugo in the Class UA outfit. Who else? Oh, Stain. So I can't wait to grab all three of those. I have the head sculpts ready in my mind already for all three of those. But I really like My Hero Academia action figures. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know this was kind of a long video, but each of these characters could have been given their own short review. So I tried to bunch in as much as I could, as quickly as I could, and be as formative as I could. It might take me a while to get to comments, but I do eventually get to the comments. So if you have any questions, if you have any, just comment down below. I know not everything's perfect, and this is my collection. I'm okay with. I like Endeavor being bigger than All Might. I wish he would have been in the show too, whether All Might's powered up or not. So this is just my renditions and what I'm okay with, and I'm just basically trying to tell you guys how I did it so you can go out, buy the same figures, and make your own renditions of these characters at an affordable price. I will never break apart a statue that's like $100 or more. That's crazy. I'm not buying a $100 statue just to take the head off of it. I always catch sales, 20, 30 bucks or whatever, and I really don't want to have to go over $50 for an action figure. Especially a regular action figure that I might kit bash. But overall, this has just been my showcase, and I appreciate you guys for being patient, and everybody that left comments. Hey, how did you take the gauntlets off of Bakugo? Hopefully I described it enough. I should have recorded when I did it, but I just do these things so fast, and a lot of times it's so late at night and I be so tired. And I do this for the love for myself. I don't buy action figures, and I don't do toy photography to show off to people. I do it because it's what I love to do. So when I'm doing it, I don't always pick up the camera. I'm not in the mood to pick up the camera and have to record and have to do this and have to do that. But a lot of it is all self-explanatory. If you heat up a figure, this plastic becomes super soft. Heat up the figure, take an X-Acto knife, and you can slice apart whatever you need to super easily. It literally slices through like butter. Don't heat it up too much though, because then you will start to warp or melt the paint on the actual action figure. So yeah, there'd be some trial and error. Practice kit bashing with some figures you really don't care about. Heat them up in a Ziploc bag, or heat them up with a heat gun, or put them in front of an electrical heater and just let them get really hot and let them warm up. And practice cutting some armor off or some pieces off of some action figures and see how that works for you. And then you can move on to some other action. But overall, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, if you have anything on your mind, whatever, comment down below. This is where we talk about it. Thank you guys for watching. Articulated Ninja out. And yo, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Articulated Ninja if you want to see more of my customs, more of my figures, more of my collection, and just kit bashes and etc. And hit me up on Instagram. I am on there daily. I might not be on YouTube daily, but I'm definitely on Instagram daily. So if you have any questions, the easiest and the quickest way is to reach me on Instagram, follow me, and hit me up in my DMs, a comment, whatever you need to do. I'll make sure I respond on Instagram.